that's a sweet spot.
Wow, it's a good smelling ball.
Welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids. Jimu here, and today, Jungo will be throwing the new IQ Tour Ruby. Wow, this ball looks amazing and oh, smells amazing too. Now the IQ, what a name that you've probably heard, and that's because the IQ Tour line is probably one of the most famous lines in all the bowling balls across all brands. Specifically, this ball has a proven core that they continue to use and is featured in this bowling ball. I don't know how to say it without messing up my words, so here it is. With that, in this IQ Tour Ruby, we got the R2S Pearl Reactive cover stock. It's one of Storm's best cover stocks. It's proven on many different bowling balls, and I hope it shines on this one today. Comparing the IQ Tour Ruby, Jung will be throwing against the Belmo Fate. This is one of Jung's favorite symmetric pearls right now because of how clean it is through the fronts and how it's very controllable for him in the back end, especially on burn. And alongside these two bowling balls, we got the Storm Revenant. This was the Spectre remake. Now this bowling ball is very long and very sharp. Thanks, Jungo. This ball is very long and very sharp, as I said. Now the IQ Tour line has been around for a long time, even before I started bowling 9 years ago. Now, is this ball able to tackle the modern day oil conditions out on the lanes? Stay tuned to find out. So we're bowling on Route 66, 45 feet, a longer pattern. It's pretty medium in terms of difficulty, but it should be perfect to show off these three bowling balls. Shout out to all of our JR Pro Shop members. Thank you so much for becoming part of our community. If you want early access to videos, special coaching, and free merch, click the join button below. Now enough in here. I cannot wait to see this bowling ball out on the lanes. Let's go, Jungo.
All right, Jungo is back. We got the IQ Ruby. The infamous IQ core, right? This ball's been around forever. The solid tour, I've had at least 5 of them. But quite honestly, I think that IQ tour is a little bit too weak for today's oil patterns and how you have to play the lanes. So I really haven't used my IQ in a really long time. So I don't have one here on the rack. We're gonna do a symmetrical pearl battle from Storm. We got the Revenant, we got Belmo's Fate. So we're gonna throw the IQ first, and we just finished doing the ball review for the DNA on this lane, so we got a little bit of burn. If you watch the video on the DNA right before this, you can see how much more the DNA is gonna hook than the IQ Ruby. All right, let's get started. Okay, 30 with the feet and 18 with the eyes here at the arrows. Can't give the pocket away too much. Actually, that was a decent shot. I missed a hair left at the arrows. I think I hit 19. But that ball jumped through the face. Like, that's pretty sharp down lane, actually. So let's make a couple board move left and throw it again. This ball has an amazing scent, amazing color. I think a lot of people are gonna really like this ball. Ooh, all right, we're really close with that one. I think one more board left with the feet and the eyes. And we're gonna hit the pocket with this IQ Ruby. And already I can see this ball is pretty sharp down lane, considering it's a long pattern and it's kind of fresh, kind of got a little bit of wear on it. I think it might be a little too sharp for right now if I were to bowl for score, but we're gonna make it work. It's a good smelling ball. All right, that's a sweet spot. That ball is really sharp. It's actually not as far down the lane as I thought it was gonna go. It's actually got a little bit of mid-lane read, which is nice. All right, let's go down to the Fate. This is like my favorite symmetrical pearl right now, is to bring this ball everywhere for the burn later in the day. So let's throw it on the same line. All right, I think that Fate's a little bit smoother than the IQ Ruby. Just picks up a little bit sooner and not as powerful down lane. That's why I like this ball though. It's really controllable, really gets through the fronts really easy, but really smooth and controllable. It doesn't like jump. That's when you get that unpredictability, when the ball starts jumping off the back end. So speaking of jumping off the back end, let's throw the Revenant. All right, everything's got the same layout here. Just gonna stand in the same spot. This ball should definitely be a little more angular. Yeah, definitely. Got that one a hair right at the break point compared to the Fate, but that ball turns the corner much harder than the Fate. So Revenant, IQ Ruby, pretty similar right now. Let's throw them again, moving left. Okay, so I'm now standing in the same spot. The DNA looked really good. So we're gonna see how different the reactions are. That ball hooks a lot. That ball hooks a lot down lane. So if you go back and watch my video on the DNA, standing in pretty close to the same spot there. If you watch it side by side, the IQ definitely goes way further down lane before it starts to hook. But on this pattern right now, they're hooking pretty close to the same amount of boards. Pretty surprising. All right, halfway through the vid with Jungo, throwing the new IQ Ruby. We got a question from Coach Ty, Dr. Ty. Is this the best core of all time? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, let's go back to the Revenant. Same line, I just threw the Ruby. All right, not very good shot. Missed left a little bit into the oil. Slid a little bit too far. Got lucky to get a strike there, so we'll throw it again. Okay, that was a pretty good shot. The Revenant definitely goes further down lane than the IQ. The IQ is a stronger bowling ball. All right, Ruby, same line. Yeah, the Ruby definitely hooks more than the Fate and the Revenant for sure. Missed a little right there, smashed the pocket. Where the Revenant, I think I left a 2-pin there the previous shot. All right, let's go with the Fate, same line. Yeah, that ball's really smooth, but definitely not as strong as the Ruby. I missed a little bit left there, where the Revenant would have left a 2-pin from there, so the Fate and the IQ definitely stronger than the Revenant. The Ruby is just gonna be a little bit more snappy than the Fate. So Ruby definitely hooks the most. Let's move 2 boards to the left, head back to the shot. Wow, that ball's good, man. DNA and the Ruby. I think you're gonna be seeing a lot of these balls. Wow. Shot. Great, we're back from the lanes throwing the new IQ Ruby. Man, this ball hooks a lot. It really surprised me how much it hooked out there. You know, I kind of made a guess off the DNA, because I did the ball review for the DNA just before the IQ Ruby. And so I moved about 5 or 6 boards right, and ball went right through the nose. So I was expecting it to hit the pocket, and it just read the mid lane really well and continued through the pins like really sharply. So I had to move a good 3 or 4 boards left with my feet to get the ball to hit the pocket, and it really surprised me how strong it was. I thought it would be comparable to the Revenant here. Like, it's got a pretty small core, not a very strong cover stock, but it hooks. It out hooks the Revenant by maybe 3 or 4 boards, which I thought would be a little bit less. And it out hooks the Fate by 1 or 2 boards, and it's much sharper, right? The Fate's got a really smooth reaction for me, and that's why I like it. That's why I bring it places. It's a symmetrical pearl shiny ball I use late in the day on the burn. It's really smooth and still controllable, right? When you got lots of dry boards to the right on the burn, and you don't want that ball checking up and overhooking on you. So Fate is definitely one of my favorites to use later in the day. I think this IQ is just going to be one step up from that, right? Everything's got the same layout. Because this ball is like really sharp down lane, I think if I sand it down maybe 3,000 or 4,000, I'll get a little bit more use out of it, just because I can use it a little bit more early in the day. And it fits right in there with the IQ Tour Solid, the Phase 2, the Phase 5, right? It's got quite a bit of hook potential, actually. I thought it was going to be a little bit less than that, but here we are, hooks a little bit more, and I think there's definitely a spot for this in my bag. The Phase 5 is a little smooth for me, a little smoother than I thought it would be, and this is sharper and more overall than I thought it would be. So this is why we're testing bowling balls, right? We got to know what they do, and we got to know how they compare against everything else in the lineup. So I feel like if you're in the market for a good symmetrical pearl ball that's not super weak, this is the ball for you, right? Fits right in there, right after the Phase 2, I feel like, right before the Fate, right before the Revenant in terms of fitting in your bag. So I think this ball is going to get a lot of use, especially if you bowl on lanes with a little bit higher friction or a little bit lighter oil, right? This ball is going to really
pick up in the mid lane and continue through the pin deck, which is really important, right? We have a proven core. There's been a lot of IQs out there. We have a proven cover stock. This ball is just good, right? It's been out before. The IQ Emerald is very, very similar, and that was a very popular ball. Very useful on drier conditions, lighter volumes of oil later in the day, and this ball is going to do the exact same. I don't think there's much more I need to say about this IQ. We got proven technology, proven name, proven core, and it fits right in there in the middle of your bag. Symmetric pearl right after the phase 2, I would say, right after the idols, and I think this is going to be a really good piece in my bag late in the day, longer format tournaments. I'm heading to the Masters in a couple weeks, and we're bowling one shift on the burn for sure, so I think this ball is really going to come into play on that, and I'm excited to see how it does in longer format tournaments over the next few months. Alright, in conclusion from Jungo, this ball hooked a little bit more than I thought it would out of the box. It really corners hard down lane and continues through the pin deck, and I think Storm knocked it out of the park again, right? DNA was awesome. This ball is awesome, right? But two totally different balls here, so I think Storm did good on this. I think if you're looking to upgrade the high end of your bag with the DNA and the low end of your bag, medium low end of your bag here with the IQ Ruby, I think these are the best two balls that are going to be able to do that. Make sure you check out shop.boofabowling.com. He's got everything in his big warehouse. I think it's free shipping over $400. Use the promo code JungleBarks at checkout, right? If you don't have a pro shop nearby, you need some stuff, grab it online there. It ships right to your door. Also, shop.jrproshop.com. Check out our new shirts. They're selling like crazy. Everyone likes them. Stupid ball return, my favorite. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next vid.